Hello, good morning. It's another beautiful morning here. After my morning exercise, it's a little bit dribbling. It's raining, so I had to come under the tree. Today, I want to talk about my encounter with failure. And because last week I talked about dealing with failure, I thought it's only fair that I share my perspective. It's always good to talk from a position of experience. My first recollection of failure was back in 2002 when I had just finished primary school. And some people might be surprised, how can a primary school child or pupil be able to talk about failure or have a recollection of failure? I know this because I can remember very well back in primary school, back in primary 4, 5 and 6, walking along the hall in my school, I would see the names of distinguished outstanding students on a blackboard, and I would think to myself, almost every time I walk along that hall, that I want my name on this board, So I was quite determined, and in year 6, a few of us were selected, high performance as you recall, to be grilled, tutored intensively in preparation for some School of the Gifted in Abuja, Suleja back then, and the Federal Government College Ilorin. The Federal Government College Ilorin, anyways, was the Federal Government College. Wherever you want to go is for everybody. So a few of us were selected for the School of the Gifted, and not to get into either of them was quite devastating. I still can't believe up to today that my score was not good enough for the Federal Government College Ilorin, because that was like a piece of cake. And the School of the Gifted in Abuja, I know that is highly competitive. It used to be very, very competitive. The best of breeds across the country compete for very few slots in those days. And I remember when the results were out, weeping, crying inconsolably. My dad would be by my side trying to, calm me down, tell me it's not the end of the world. I could not say a word beyond that point, and again, this underscores that when failure looms, when the cloud of failure covers you and it looks as if the world is coming to an end, no, that cloud is going to fade and you will have clear sky, the light will be at the tunnel. So don't give up on your goals, on your hope. So in essence, I allowed myself to fail. I felt the rejection. I think it's the most disappointment I'd allowed myself to feel in my entire life. And up to this moment, I'd had several other encounters with failure, and I'll share some next week. But this